All right, let's talk about SMS marketing. When I say that, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For most of us, it's those urgent, kind of pushy messages, right? Buy now. Well, today we're going to flip that idea on its head, especially when we're talking about selling something as personal and significant as a retreat. We're going to look at a totally counterintuitive approach that's all about support, not pressure.
And this quote, wow, this really gets to the core of it all. It suggests that the magic of a text message isn't about manufacturing some fake countdown clock. No, its real power comes from showing up at that exact moment of vulnerability. You know, that little pause, that final hesitation right before someone is about to commit.
So here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll tackle the big mistake that so many people make with SMS. Then we're going to get inside the buyer's head and really understand what that peak doubt feels like. After that, we'll reframe SMS as a gentle nudge, figure out the perfect message for the perfect time, and wrap up with why doing less is actually your greatest strength.
Okay, let's dive right into the biggest misconception out there. The classic playbook tells you to use SMS to blast out messages like, hurry now, to create this false sense of scarcity. But you know what? When it comes to something like a retreat, that approach doesn't just fail, it completely backfires.
And here's why. Booking a retreat isn't like buying a new pair of headphones. It is a deeply personal, emotional investment. People are looking for transformation, for a safe, even sacred space. High-pressure sales tactics just feel gross. They are completely out of alignment with that promise and can shatter trust in an instant.
So to do this right, we have to become psychologists for a minute. We need to understand that exact moment right before someone hits book. It's not just a click, it's a huge moment, and it's filled with some really profound questions. They're not just thinking about the price tag. They are asking themselves these massive questions about their own life. Is this really for me? Can I justify spending this money, this time? Is this actually going to change anything for me? And the big one, what if I do it and I regret it? This isn't just a transaction. For them, it's a potential turning point. And this is the absolute key insight. This hesitation, it's not a no, it's not a lack of interest. The source material calls it emotional processing, and it's a totally normal, totally healthy part of making a big commitment. Where most marketing goes wrong is that it sees this processing and thinks it's rejection. Once you understand that, it changes everything. It leads us to a whole new philosophy for SMS. Our goal needs to shift from trying to push someone over the finish line to simply steadying them while they walk across it themselves. Let me say that again, because it's important. Your job isn't to bulldoze their doubts. It's to be a calm, reassuring presence. You're like a guide, just offering a supportive hand while they navigate their own thoughts and feelings. You're there to help them process, not to rush them through it. I love this metaphor. It perfectly sums up the new role of a text message. It's not a cattle prod forcing them forward. It's just a gentle bridge. It helps close that tiny little gap between their internal yes and the final click, just by being clear and supportive. Okay, so that's the why. That's the big idea. But how do we actually do this? What do these messages look like, and when on earth are we supposed to send them? Let's get practical. Just look at the difference here. You can feel it, right? The old way is frantic, it's full of anxiety, hurry now, don't miss out, ugh. But the aligned way, it's calm, it's respectful, it just gives them the facts. Registration closes tomorrow. No emotional manipulation, just clear, helpful information. It's also super important to remember that email and SMS have totally different jobs to do. Email is for the long game. That's where you build trust, where you build conviction with thoughtful, deep content. SMS? That's just the final little trigger. It's a reminder of a decision they're already pretty sure about. And check out where SMS fits in the whole customer journey. It's way at the end. It only comes after you've built awareness, after you've established trust, and after all your emails have done the heavy lifting. SMS is just that final, gentle touch that removes the last tiny piece of friction. Which brings us to our final and maybe the most crucial point in this whole thing, the power of restraint. When it comes to SMS marketing for retreats, less is absolutely 100% more. So what should you actually use SMS for? Well, the source is crystal clear on this. It's for the simple, boring, logistical stuff. Reminders about deadlines, confirmations for payments, letting someone know there are only a couple of spots left, or updates about logistics. It is not for sending weekly motivational quotes or spamming them with promotions. And why is that so important?
Because your marketing has to be a mirror of the experience you're selling. If you're promising a calm, sacred, transformative space, then your messages have to feel that way too. A loud, pushy, salesy text message completely shatters that promise before they've even signed up.
When you nail this, man, the effect is so powerful. Having that same consistent tone across your website, your emails, and your texts makes your whole brand feel solid, trustworthy, and memorable. Every single interaction just reinforces the core of what you're all about. So if you only remember one thing from all of this, let it be this right here. For these kinds of high-value emotional purchases, SMS is not about speed. It is about support. It's about being a calm, clear, and steady presence at the exact moment your customer needs it the most. And that leaves us with one last question to think about for your own work. Take an honest look at your communications. Are they designed to push people into making a decision, or are they designed to steady them as they make their own? The answer to that question could change everything.